Hey guys, welcome back. Pablo here, and on today's video we're going to be talking about iOS 16 and my top 10 favorite features that you should be using today. So for the first feature we're going to be talking about, it's going to be the lock screen. It's probably the thing that most people have been most excited about, what I've seen most videos on, most articles on. So let's start with that. Here we have my lock screen, and this is all customizable. So all you have to do is press here, and you'll see that this new screen pops up. And if you scroll, if you've already made some, you'll see all the different lock screens that you have here. To create a lock screen or a new lock screen, you just gotta press the plus sign, and then you'll have different options you can do, some featured here. You scroll down, you have the photo shuffle, and this will just shuffle photos throughout the day that you've taken. We have weather and astronomy, emojis, collections, colors, whatever you want to do. So let's just pick one from the weather and astronomy. Let's grab the moon here, and let's start designing this lock screen. So here you can click on the clock. You can change the font of the clock. Let's do this one here, and we can also change the color of the clock. We'll do that. And now we can also change some of these widgets. So let's say you don't want, the temperature, you can delete that one there. And then you can just add your battery for your watch, whatever you want to do, you can definitely do that here. And you can see if you scroll down, you'll see other widgets that you'll be able to add. There's not too many here right now, but as more apps start rolling in features for widgets, you'll be able to see those right here, and you'll be able to add those. And if you don't want the date here, you can change that to your activity level. You can change it to whatever your calendar tells you. You can do just a regular clock with whatever city you want up here, but we're just gonna leave it as Wednesday, September 21st, which this is the one that I like to use. So we'll just press, and you can see the different options you can do here. If you just scroll, the moon detail, just a moon. So that looks pretty cool. Let's add that. And now you can also customize the home screen. And what it'll do is, the coolest thing here is that you can change kind of the blur on it here. So it'll look like that when you open the screen. So right here it's like that. We're gonna do that. Press done, and then we'll use that as our lock screen. So now let's open up, and you'll see that is what it looks like. It's nice and blurred, looks good with the black icons. But let's grab another one. We're here in this screen again, and you want to switch it up. So now let's say you want to go with this one. So now we have this one here, easy to do, and now you'll see that it also blurs in the background, and you're able to swipe, and you'll see that that image is blurred. You can also choose a different image for that. So if you wanted to do that, let's go here, let's customize this, let's press done, customize the home screen. You can choose a different photo. So let's just use this one for now. Let's make it black and white, looks kind of cool. Let's blur that. Let's do that. So now when you use this and you open it up, you'll have a different image in the background as well. So definitely pretty cool, nice feature. As soon as you get iOS 16, recommend starting playing around. You can also link these to focus modes. I really haven't done that yet. And really, I haven't even customized my widgets to specific lock screens as of yet. As you can tell, I just have some random widgets on all of these here that I've just kind of been playing around with. With this one, pretty cool because it kind of tells you exactly where you are on the map. Like obviously you know where you are, but I think that's a pretty cool little feature. And when you open it up, blurs out. The weather one is also pretty cool because if you choose it, it'll tell you, it'll give you a little animation of what your weather is like outside. I like that it changes as the day goes on and as the weather changes as well. So at nighttime, this is a dark screen. If it's raining, you'll see rain. So that is pretty cool. Messages also has some pretty cool updates that I think a lot of people have been wanting to see for a while now. First one is you can unsend a message, but only if the other person also has iOS 16. So when you send a message, you send it here. If you click on it, you'll see that you have an unsend. So you can click that and it'll unsend that video, or unsend that message, I should say. But just be careful, because you can only unsend a message if the other person is also running iOS 16. Otherwise, they can still see it on their end. With that being said, you also only have 2 minutes after sending that message to unsend that message. Another feature is to edit a message. So let's send a message, and oh no, that's not what we wanted to do. So click on it, edit message, and then let's retype what it is that we wanted to say. And then we can send it. On their end, it will say edited, and they also might be able to see the edited message. To edit a message, you have up to 15 minutes after sending it to be able to do that. And to undo a sent message, you have 2 minutes to do that. So just be careful with those two though, because if they're not running iOS 16, the undo send will not work. And with an edited message, they will still be able to see what was edited and the previous text. Another cool thing with iMessage is mark as unread. We've all been there where we read a message and we say we're gonna get back to it a little bit later, and we never do, we forget. There's 2 ways of doing it. The first one is going to be to hold, and you can click here, press here, whatever, mark as unread. And then the second option is to swipe to the right, and then click that, and then you'll see that it's been marked unread. You can also now recover recently deleted messages. To do that, click on the edit, and you'll see here show recently deleted, and you'll be able to see all the messages that you deleted recently, and you can recover as many or as little as you'd like. Notifications are also displayed differently. The default is the stack view. And you can also, if you swipe up, you'll be able to see them in this list view, which we're most used to, or the last option is to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll be notified with how many notifications you have. To change this, you're gonna go to settings, then notifications, and on here you'll see display as count, stack, or list. This feature here is one that went away when we got the Face ID. I'm glad that they were finally able to bring it back. I know we've all wanted it, and it's to display your battery percentage as a number right here. So when they released, I believe it's the iPhone 10 was the first phone that had the Face ID, you had to swipe down to be able to see the percentage. But now you can display it in the home screen as well. So to enable it, you have to go to settings, then you have to go to battery. From here, you'll see battery percentage, so just toggle that on and off, or toggle it on, I should say, and then you'll be able to see that. So now, no matter where you are, what screen you're in, you'll be able to see the actual number displayed. And I have heard that in the new update for iOS 16, you'll also be able to see the little battery drain as well. And so not just the number, but also be able to see how much battery visually you have as well. So I think that's gonna be super, super nice. This new feature has to do with photos and removing the backgrounds from them. So in this particular image, you have a picture of this mug. Kind of looks like my dog, that's why I took a picture of it. So what to do, or how you do it, is you hold down on the image, you'll see that little effect that comes on. You can press copy, and then go to wherever it is that you want to, paste it. So go to the message, I'm gonna press paste, and then you'll see that the message, or that the photo is now been removed, or you'll see that the background from the photo has been removed. There's 2 ways of doing this. There's the first way, which I showed you, you just hold down the image and you press copy, and then the second way is to hold down the image, and now you can drag it. It's a little bit more work, but you can still get it done as well, and bring it over. So that's a pretty neat feature if you're trying to remove the background from an image for whatever reason, and you're trying to bring the subject to stand alone. You can do it and paste it easily. I'm not quite sure how it really works, but it just works, and it's pretty cool, pretty seamless to make that happen. This feature is not new, but it's so much better than it was. This is dictation, so to enable it, we all know how to do it. Press it here, and now it'll dictate as you speak. It'll also add punctuation if needed. You can even add emojis as well. Smiley face emoji, poop emoji. So you can see that it works so much better. And not just that, you can also type as you are dictating. Before, you'd have to stop it and then be able to type, but now you can also type as well, like so. I also like that you can also change the language right off the bat. So in my case, I have English and Spanish saved. So if I wanted to start dictating in Spanish, I can easily go back and forth between those two. This next feature is impossible to show because you can only feel it, but it's enabling haptic feedback for the keyboard. So how to enable it, you have to go to your settings, and then sounds and haptics, then go to keyboard feedback, and then here you can toggle on haptic feedback. And when you type, you'll just feel this, this feedback, I guess, without, for lack of a better word, as you're typing. So I recommend doing that right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So go ahead, pause this video. I'll see you right back. This feature is right on your home screen, and it's search. Search is located right here now. I believe before you had to swipe down, but now it's here. Click on it, look up whatever you want to look up. So let's say NFL scores. Search, and you'll see all the scores for this past weekend. This particular feature involves the weather app. So let's open that up, have it as a widget on my screen. And here, like always, you still have your hourly, your daily, but also now you can tap on any one of these, let's call them widgets, and you'll be able to see more in-depth information. So it'll tell you, when for UV, the UV index, it'll tell you when it'll be the highest. You can go to a different day, and you can also see what that information brings up in a nice little graph. And from here, you can also switch and see temperature. So when it'll be the high for the day, we'll go to September 28th, and it'll tell us that the high of the day will be around 1 o'clock, and it'll be, looks like 68 or so. Or you can tap on feels like, and you'll have way more information than we used to. And it displays it nicely in a nice little graph here for you. One thing I liked about it was if you click on sunset, it'll tell you your sunrise and sunset averages per month. And I thought that was pretty cool. September, the average is 6:41, and then the sunset's at 7:07. Here it'll tell you what the first light is, what sunrise, sunset, last light, as well as your total daylight for that day. So I like this feature quite a lot. Gives you a lot of information quickly and at a glance, or you can get more in-depth information from it as well. This feature has to do with live text. And now you'll see I'm holding a card with a word in Spanish, and live text will now be able to translate it. So at the bottom here, you'll see the little thing, you click on that, and at the bottom here, you'll see translate, and it'll tell you exactly what it says. I think they've taken live text, which was already great, to a higher level. Translate also has a camera feature where you can, display a whole picture or display a whole page and be able to translate it that way. I find it to be a little bit easier when you have a full page to do it via the Translate app as opposed to with live text. So the way to do it is you go to the camera right at the bottom and translate, and then you press the button here, and it'll translate it from whatever language is displayed to whatever language you want it to output. So in this case, it's displayed in Spanish, and we want it to display in English. Another feature that I have not used because I don't have the new version of Ventura is being able to use your iPhone as a webcam. So when it does come out, I'll definitely be trying that out to see what that looks like, how that works. But I think that's a pretty neat feature. So instead of having to, not have a webcam, or just low quality from the webcam you have, you can definitely use the iPhone for much better quality webcam. So these are my favorite iOS 16 features. Some of them are new, some of them have been upgraded, refined, made better. Let me know which one you are currently using and which one is your favorite. And if you don't have iOS 16 just yet, let me know which one you're most excited on using. And can we talk about mail? What can I say about it, right? I use Gmail and I've already used those features. I already had those features, the unsend, the schedule messages. So I don't know. I haven't used the native mail app for a while now because I do like the I do like the Gmail app or the Google app, whatever you want to call it, much better. I do use Gmail for most, if not all, of my email addresses, and I've had those features forever there. So I don't know if you aren't using those features, and I mean, I guess it's pretty cool and exciting now, but a little too late. If you've liked this video, give it a nice thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. It definitely helps out the channel tremendously. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, whatever it may be, put them down in the description below, or put them down in the comments section below. I always say description, and then when I need to say description, I say comments, whatever. Make sure you put them down in the comment section below. I love interacting from you. I love hearing from you. And like always, keep on living a modern lifestyle through technology.